Thank you, Zeke. Next, Micah will come up, and he's going to recite for us John 3, verse 16 and 17. It sums up who we worship and why. Micah is going to remind us of what God has done for us through Jesus.
That the Lord He is, and then only thankful for our reason, you're not made to have eternal life. And for God did not send His Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through Him.
Thank you, Micah. Next up is Amber. She is dressed up as Amy Carmichael, who spent her life from age 15 serving God. Listen as Amber shares how Amy first served in her homeland of Ireland, and then in England, Japan, Sri Lanka, and most notably in India.
Hi, my name is Amy Carmichael. I would like to tell you how God guided my life so I could help kids in India. I was born in Northern Ireland in 1867. My family had a big heart for other people and their needs. One day when I was sitting down eating little cakes by a window, I saw a little homeless girl looking at me very hungrily. So I decided to write something in my journal. And here's what I wrote. When I am older, all grown up, I know what I will do. I will build a safe and loving place for little girls like you. When I was 15, I started a weekly Bible club for my siblings and neighbor kids. One day, I saw a flash of light and heard God talk to me. I knew He had something in store for my life. I started having much concern for young people who worked long hours with little pay. They were called the Shawlies. I began inviting them to Bible study and church. The regular attenders at church did not like this. They thought the Shawlies were too dirty in appearance to be in their church. So I prayed about it. And God provided a building where the Shawlies could have church and Bible study. This was called the Welcome Church. My mom and I moved to Manchester, England there I started working there long hours in the slums with the children. However, I had to stop when I developed a painful disease called neuralgia. I lived for 2 years with a family friend. One day while I was still living there, I heard God talk to me again. This time He said, "Go ye." So I went. After serving for a short time in Japan and Sri Lanka, God opened the door for me to go to India. It is here that I spent the rest of my life. I learned that the people in India worship many Hindu gods. So most people in India were resistant to the Christian message, and many disliked me. However, some women did believe, and with them I started up a group called the Starry Cluster. This name came from Daniel 12:3, which states, "Those who are wise will shine like the heavens, and those who lead many to righteousness will shine like the stars forever and ever." We helped everybody in need, including those considered to be the untouchables. As we taught the message and helped the untouchables, we were sometimes persecuted. However, I had learned that God expected 100% following in our hearts. And so I continued to preach outdoors to whoever would listen. This attracted many children, which the adults did not like this and gave me the nickname, the child stealing Missy. The child who had the biggest effect on my life was named Prina. She was around the age of 6 when her mom sent her to the Hindu temple to be married to the Hindu gods and perform rituals. She had to work long hours and did not have any time left to play. So once she ran away, but was punished for leaving and then guarded very closely. Prina later learned about me, who had taken in many children. So when she had her chance, she ran away. That's when I met her. Prina told me about all the things that were happening to the girls at the temple. I disguised myself as an Indian and went to the temple to see myself what was happening there. What I saw horrified me. I was determined to rescue more girls. My family of children kept going and God provided for us. He supplied a place over the mountains which gave relief from the hot summers and more room for the children to play. We also built a hospital to care for the kids who needed it. One night I fell into a pit and broke my leg and dislocated my ankle. I was never able to walk freely again. For the next 20 years I stayed in my room, only able to take a few steps. While I was in my bed, I wrote 13 of my 35 books. In 1951, I died at the age of 83. I had faithfully served God in India for 55 years. The welcome church I started for the Shalis is still open today. The home I began for the kids in India, called Dovander Fellowship, is still open as well. It housed over 1,000 girls, many of whom were rescued from the Hindu temple. Here's a quote that I wrote during my life. From silk and silk, O captain free, thy soldier who would follow thee, from subtle love of softening things, from easy choices, weakenings. Let me not sink to be a clod, make me thy fuel, flame of God. May we also be the fuel for the flame of God.
Thank you, Amber. We have one last missionary who would like to present. Elizabeth Elliott, sir.